Hey guys, so welcome back to Battlefront Updates. Today I thought we could talk about something that I know a lot of people are interested in for the upcoming game, which is Levolution. This is a pretty broad term which could mean a lot, but the way I see it, it's basically game-changing events that changes the course and flow of a map by player-triggered or randomly spawned events or destructible environment. It's something that popped up in a lot of people's head as soon as DICE announced that they were creating a new Star Wars Battlefront, since it's something that has been in the Battlefield franchise for a while. Today I thought I would list a few events that I hope they will put in the new game, and also some that you guys suggested to me. Before I get into the Levolution events, I just wanted to say that I will be revealing the winner of the summer giveaway at the end of the video. Alright then, so let's get into it. What kind of events do we want to see in the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront?
Aim right above the fuel cells!
This was the first thing I thought of, Geonosis. This battle contains so many things that could be part of map-changing events, but the thing that I thought about that could realistically work and actually be a really good component of the game are the Techno-Union ships. These are actually included in the Battlefront 1 version of Geonosis as command points where the separatists could spawn. However, when you destroyed them they kind of just exploded and disappeared into the air and didn't really affect the gameplay much. But using the Frostbite engine I think they could create some really massive and cool events by using the Techno-Union ships. I mean, just imagine these ships being like command points here as well, and if you manage to destroy them they will actually fall down instead and crush anyone unlucky to be caught below them. I feel like this is a realistic request if they include the Clone Wars, since it would be pretty similar to the skyscraper falling down in Battlefield 4 and how the command point changes when it falls down. One idea I had for this was that the Techno-Union ship would be a locked command point for the separatists, but whenever it falls down it would convert into kind of a neutral command point that both teams can capture, since it's no longer really controlled by the separatists and it's more of a wreck that you can take resources from. Something else that a lot of you guys have suggested that I actually talked about last year is destructible ships in space. And I don't just mean that the ship is either whole or completely broken, but that you will actually be able to break certain parts of the ships and blow holes that would affect the Endor gameplay, where you might get sucked into space if you walk too close to the hole or something like that. And that you can break off specific parts of the ship just like they show in episode 3, and that the ship isn't just instantly broken, but that it would actually still be usable and the team could have a chance to do a comeback. This also builds upon the next part of this event that has been massively suggested, which is that the ship would actually crash down onto the planet and be a part of the ground battle as a command point. This is of course very vague and probably pretty hard to pull through, but if they decide to make the very requested space to ground maps, this could potentially be something that they will add to the game. We all know that Star Wars is played on a lot of different planets that all has a very different nature and surroundings. Everything from the extremely cold surface of Hoth to the lushy jungles of Felucia. I think that this is something that can be used a lot more than in just the looks of the maps, but actually in the gameplay itself. Such as on Hoth, where they could add random snowstorms that would appear on the map that would make your sight very reduced and maybe even limit the time you can be outside without a vehicle or some kind of protection. Same thing goes for places like Tatooine, where they could easily add dust storms that would affect the gameplay a lot. These are just a few examples of how the environment can be used a lot more in the gameplay than in the old games, now that we have the technology and computer power to do so. Lastly, one map that we already have confirmed for the upcoming game does contain quite a lot of things that could be used as Levolution events. The map I'm talking about is Endor. This map contains so much trees that I think it would be a bummer if they all were stationary like in the old game. I mean, the trees in Battlefield are actually destructible, but they don't really have a lot of impact on the gameplay itself. On the other hand, Endor has some massive trees that if they fell down would do a lot of damage on whatever was below them, and I think DICE should really include that in the upcoming game. I mean, these huge trees wouldn't just fall down by a few grenades, but from some actual heavy firepower like a lot of rockets or AT-ST lasers. And to build further on the tree topic, I think that they should include the Ewok traps that were used in the movies in a more player-controlled manner. You might know that one of these traps, the two logs slamming together, was actually in the old games, but this was not player-controlled and it just automatically triggered whenever an AT-ST went by, which was kind of bad to be honest. And I think adding this trap together with the rolling logs would be something pretty easy yet really cool to implement in the game. Well, that brings the Levolution part of this video to an end, so make sure to let me know in the comments below how you want to see DICE implement this feature in the upcoming game. Now let's take a look at the giveaway. First off, there was a lot of correct answers, so I simply used a random generator to get the winner. The correct answers were as follows: the droid Tri-Fighter, and this was actually something that a lot of people mistook for the gunship, which actually fires the rockets a bit differently if you listen carefully. Me playing as an Acklay killing clones, Boba Fett's weapons being used, the Rancor eating a clone, and lastly the AT-RT walking around and shooting. The winner of this giveaway is Chase Coulter, so congratulations to you and thank you all for entering. I will send you a message with my Steam name so you can add me and get the Battlefront 2 copy. For all of you guys interested in the game Destiny by Bungie, feel free to subscribe to my second channel. I just got myself a PS4 and I will be playing the beta and the full game on there, and put up some videos on there as well. And if you're planning to get the game, you are more than welcome to join me in a game. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and may the Force be with you.